anything about Ja. Okay, Ja is my boo. Okay, Jeffrey Atkins. Happy birthday, Ja. I know it feel good turning 50, but you'll never be 50. What's a party without Diddy? Sorry, he couldn't be there to see you slide, slip you a Mickey. Sorry, Irv ain't here to be right by your side. Oh damn, he was sickly. Go Jeffrey, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. If we caught you off that plane, it'd be your worst day. Who that nigga you was with, oh he was thirsty. Were there pills involved, I always knew you were hate. Let's not talk about what y'all went and did that night. Left the party, heard y'all went and had a pillow fight. Woke up screaming murder middle of the night. You're too old to hide your life. Walk into your light, it's alright. Know it feel good turning 50, but you'll never be 50. What's a party without Diddy? Sorry, he couldn't be there to see you slide. Slip, you a Mickey. Sorry, Irv ain't here to be right by your side. Oh damn, he was sickly. Seen you in the club, it looked like you were in love. Must've had a busy night. I know you like taking drugs. I don't do that kind of sex. That's your thing, then have fun. I know Diddy wish that he was free. I would've did it all. Oh damn, it's the unit. Sliding around like James Brown. Slide around. Sliding around like James Brown.
Yo. 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 Fuck Curtis Jack, that's what came to mind soon as I heard the track. Ball spitting lyrical, condescending to murder rap. Heard they shot his ass with a Nina. He deserved a Mac. About to turn the heat up, I got my hand on the thermostat. Ugly ass G-Unit sneakers. Had the shirt to match, cause after Get Rich or Die Trying, your every verse was whack. Mad cause Diddy hit your chick. You a jerk for that. Diddy clapped them cheeks so loud, the neighbors heard the slap. That's why you made that documentary, you was hurt from that. I heard she fucked all 5 guys and they bring a burger back. Spoke to some conspiracy theorists, they said the earth is flat. They also said you work for Illuminati. Nervous rat. What would make this chump think that he could spit a verse with Pap? Somebody better pray for this nigga. Where the church is at, if it wasn't for him, you'll be looking for a purse to snatch. Bought your girl a wig, then you told her to return it back. 50, you a petty son of a bitch. Bernie Mac killing this nigga softly. Lauren Hill, Roberta Flack.
Yo, this ain't the hardest minute I ever heard in my goddamn life. This dude is crazy. Oh my God. Yo, that boy Pap is something serious, okay? That was serious, yo.
Everything I did for you. I did it because I love you. Don't you felt the same way about me?
Me? Love you? Bitch, you got to be crazy. I use you. You're a toy, bitch. A freak. You get your big, crazy ass back to the country where you belong.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Get Jesse, bitch!
You can get this in all colors. You know, man.
Who inspired you?
Oh, man, definitely the Harris family, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Destroyed his ass, man. Tell that big... Stop crying, man, and get in the booth and battle this, man. To do a versus, that's hip-hop. Ain't nobody trying to give a f*** about these names and all that, and all the sucker shit he doing. You know what I'm saying? Get in the booth and battle.
All right, listen to this. We're about to break this whole situation down because 50 Cent just put Papoose on full blast, claiming the man never delivered a real hit record and basically clowning his entire career. So hold up, let's walk through everything carefully and figure out what's really happening behind the scenes. And trust me, I've got something important to say later in this video that really puts the entire conversation into perspective, so don't skip that part. It all started when 50 Cent jumped online and posted what he called the secret formula for never blowing up in the rap game. Then he spelled it out like this: 1 rap career plus 25 years plus 0 hit records equals Papoose. And he doubled down with another jab, saying, still rapping, 25 years later, still waiting, 0 hits. That's a serious shot to throw in public. Of course, Papoose responded the way rappers usually do, by firing back with a freestyle. But here's the twist. Even though 50 previously said he wouldn't rap against Papoose directly, the way he's posting online is clearly shaping the narrative around this whole situation. Now, when the conversation shifts to lyricism, that's where things get interesting. Nobody is really questioning whether Papoose can rap, because his pen has always been sharp. But that's not the angle 50 is attacking here. He's focusing strictly on hit records and major songs, basically arguing that after 25 years, Papoose still hasn't delivered that massive breakout track. When 50 first posted on Instagram, his caption immediately got people talking. He wrote that he had no response for a mentally challenged rapper who couldn't write a hit record if his life depended on it, before telling people he was moving on. That was the energy he came with right after Papoose dropped the freestyle response. Now, about that freestyle, there were definitely a couple moments where you could say Papoose threw some punches. A few bars might have landed, but if we're being real, it wasn't the kind of legendary freestyle that shook the entire rap world either. Papoose is honestly more skilled than what we heard in that clip. He's shown many times that he can get extremely technical with his pen, but that particular response sounded more like something quick he put together in the moment. From 50 Cent's perspective, a freestyle like that probably isn't enough to make him rush into the studio to respond with a full record.
Yo. 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 Fuck Curtis Jack, that's what came to mind soon as I heard the track. Ball spitting lyrical, condescending to murder rap. Heard they shot his ass with a Nina. He deserved a Mac. About to turn the heat up, I got my hand on a thermostat. Ugly ass G-Unit sneakers. Had the shirt to match, cause after Get Rich or Die Trying, your every verse was whack. Mad cause Diddy hit your chick. You a jerk for that. Diddy clapped them cheeks so loud, the neighbors heard the slap. That's why you made that documentary. You was hurt from that. I heard she fucked all 5 guys and they bring a burger back. Spoke to some conspiracy theorists. They said the earth is flat. They also said you work for Illuminati. Nervous rat. What would make this chump think that he could spit a verse with Pap? Somebody better pray for this nigga. Where the church is at? If it wasn't for M, you'll be looking for a purse to snatch. Bought your girl a wig, then you told her to return it back. 50, you a petty son of a bitch. Bernie Mac killing this nigga softly. Lauren Hill, Roberta Flack.
Now, Papoose did land a few extra jabs in that freestyle too. At one point, he hinted at stories about 50 Cent's past relationships and situations that have circulated online over the years. And let's be real, there's been no shortage of rumors and gossip about 50, so there's definitely material someone could pull from if they wanted to throw shots. But let's stay fair and focus on the facts. When rappers start going back and forth like this, fans always dig into each other's careers. So let's break down Papoose for a moment. Looking at his overall career, most fans wouldn't call him a mainstream chart-topping artist, but he's been around the industry for a long time. We've seen him on collabs at major events and working with plenty of respected names in hip-hop. Back in the mixtape era, people said the same thing. He worked with a ton of respected rappers and legends. Go through his collaborations over the years, and the list is actually pretty long. But since 50 Cent is saying Papoose never made a real hit record, it raises a solid question. What are his biggest songs, actually? One record that always comes up is Alphabetical Slaughter. And anyone who knows hip-hop understands that track wasn't made for radio. It's a lyrical showcase where he runs through the alphabet from A to Z with bars. It's the type of song people respect for skill, not chart domination. that really highlights the difference in lanes here. Papoose built his reputation on lyricism, while 50 Cent built his around massive hits that crossed into mainstream radio and clubs. So when 50 takes shots at hit records, he's talking commercial success, the kind of songs that dominate charts. Looking deeper into Papoose's history, another key moment pops up. Back in 2006, he signed a major deal with Jive Records, reportedly worth $1.5 million. At the time, he was one of the hottest mixtape rappers coming out of New York, and the buzz around him was real. The plan was to release his debut album, Nasarama Dream, through Jive. There was a lot of hype in hip-hop circles, but the album kept getting delayed due to behind-the-scenes issues. Eventually, the deal fell apart. In 2007, Papoose and his team were released from the Jive contract before the album ever dropped. It became one of those what could have been moments people still talk about when discussing his career. Papoose later said he actually kept the $1.5 million advance even though the album never came out under the label. After that, he returned to independent releases. Nasarama Dream eventually dropped years later through indie distribution, but by then the early momentum around him had already cooled off. We've seen this happen in hip-hop plenty of times. A rapper blows up with buzz, everyone's talking about them, even without a radio hit, just based on hype. Papoose definitely had that moment. For a while, attention was high and fans watched closely to see his next move. But fast forward from around 2007 to 2013, and that momentum had cooled off significantly. By the time Nasarama Dream finally dropped, the wave of hype had already cooled off. After that, Papoose mostly popped up here and there, maybe a feature, maybe a freestyle hitting online. Those freestyles, especially the car freestyles he used to post, became one of the main ways fans kept seeing him show up again. Another thing that always stood out was the sheer number of artists he worked with over the years. He moved through the industry a lot and collaborated with plenty of respected names, which is why so many people still see him as someone deeply connected in hip-hop. Looking back at his mixtape projects, one thing is clear: Papoose worked with a lot of legit names in the game. These weren't random collabs. There were real industry ties involved across various projects and mixtapes. You could spot connections with artists who moved in major circles, and that's part of why his mixtape run earned respect. He was moving with well-known rappers and producers while steadily building his name. Even if those records never dominated mainstream charts, his presence in the hip-hop world was definitely buzzing at the time. Going through his catalog shows that Papoose has collaborated with countless artists over the years, working with major names and earning a solid reputation. His catalog is huge too. Mixtapes, features, and different projects kept his name active in the culture for years. Even recently, he's still dropping tracks that get attention. One example is Thought I Was Going to Stop featuring Lil Wayne, which racked up millions of views online. Stepping back, it's clear Papoose has earned real respect in the industry. He's worked with top artists, signed a $1 million deal earlier in his career, and collaborated with big names in hip-hop. At the same time, the level of success 50 Cent reached is extremely rare. Only a tiny fraction of rappers hit that kind of mainstream impact. Even though Papoose never scored that massive commercial smash, he still built a legitimate career in hip-hop. His name is recognized today, which says a lot for someone who's been around the game for decades. Looking at it this way, the no-hit record argument could technically apply to many rappers. Only a small percentage ever reached the level of mainstream success that someone like 50 Cent achieved. And to be fair, comparing 50 Cent and Papoose directly just isn't a balanced comparison.
Entrepreneur, real business, man. I personally is a little too busy to put in the orders for Miss Jackson. So on this Instagram that I tag, you can DM her. You can go to the story and go to the Telegram. And I got some people over there that's, you know what I'm saying, that'll take the orders and handle the orders. But yeah, man, serious only, man. You don't gotta DM my page, man. Go DM Miss Jackson Candy Shop.
Go DM Miss Jackson. Candy shop vibes aside, the commercial success gap between these two careers is huge. But just because someone isn't at the absolute top of the charts doesn't mean they didn't build a career or make waves in the game. Papoose still carved out a name, earned money in the industry, and gained respect in hip-hop circles. Sure, it's entertaining to watch 50 Cent clown someone during a rap feud. He's built a whole brand around trolling. But stepping back, the reality doesn't change. Plenty of artists trying to rap for a living never reach the level of opportunities Papoose had. At the same time, there's no debate. 50 Cent has the clear edge when it comes to massive commercial success. Moments like this also create opportunities. If Papoose wanted to ride the wave of attention and drop a strong record, this would be the perfect time. When the spotlight hits, artists often try to capitalize on the momentum. And 50 Cent knows the internet game better than most. When he posts, the conversation spreads everywhere, and the situation starts trending fast. Recently, he also shared a caption that many saw as another direct jab at T.I. and Tiny Harris. As soon as that post dropped, reactions flooded in, and the situation escalated quickly. Things went further when King Harris responded with a track of his own, throwing shots back and even mentioning 50 Cent's family in the lyrics, taking the tension to another level. Then, the moment spun off into merchandise. When something goes viral in entertainment, people often try to monetize it, but in this case, the merch message sparked reactions. One shirt read, "Smoking on Miss Jackson," showing just how far the back and forth had escalated. T.I. previously suggested the situation should calm down once the shirt hit the scene, but it was clear that point had passed, and the tension kept rising. When family is publicly disrespected, emotions run high. People naturally defend their loved ones, but situations like this can snowball if nobody slows things down. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking with the breakdown. Make sure to subscribe to Drip Z, hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and share the video to keep the conversation going. And if you want to really support the channel, click the Hype This Video button to help Drip Z keep growing. Appreciate you.